If you are on workers' compensation, can you receive Social Security disability at the same time? Well, Catherine Stone from Barbas Law is breaking it down for us in this week's Know Your Rights segment. And I know you, if you're asking that question, that means you're getting that question in your office.
I'm getting that question weekly.
How are you? Welcome back.
I'm good, thank you. Well, you know, we've been talking about workers' comp, and we've been going through the case kind of from beginning to end in this little series that we've been doing. And last time I touched on it, that I have a client who is receiving temporary total disability benefits and also receiving Social Security disability at the same time, which you can do, okay? But when we get to the permanent total disability benefits, which is once that person has reached overall or maximum medical improvement, the benefits should turn into what's called permanent total disability benefits. And you can receive Social Security and permanent total disability benefits at the same time, but workers' comp gets to take an offset for your Social Security disability benefits. And so there's a formula and a math program that I am no math expert, but I have a little program that helps us out figure what that offset is based upon whatever you're receiving from Social Security. But I get that question all of the time, especially from individuals who know that they're not going to be able to go back to work. So I would say a fair amount of my cases with individuals who are severely injured, I have not only their workers' comp claim, but I'm also handling their Social Security disability claim as well, because the two really do kind of sometimes work in tandem together.
Which is, again, that's something that I'm assuming is an individual basis on what's right to move forward, whether you're talking about, I mean, I'm assuming I'd be like you at home, you get checks in the mail and you're like, okay, which one's this for? What's this for? And that's where you kind of have to keep them separate and make sure, since one is kind of a subsidiary
I have to know, you know, this again goes back to one thing that we've always talked about is communication with your client and communication with your lawyer is, I've had some clients, you know, long ago that went and applied for Social Security and never told me.
While they were a client of yours getting workers' comp?
Yes. So, and then when I get a notice in the mail, from, you know, a defense attorney or whomever saying, hey, did you know your client applied for Social Security? And by the way, they got it. That's why it's huge for me to know, because then I'm able to prepare you for what could potentially change with your checks, how the value would be affected, with regards to your settlements, because if you're receiving Social Security disability benefits, then we have what's called a Social Security offset language that we have to have in the settlement documents once you get there. There's potentially, if you've been on Social Security for a while and you're Medicare eligible, then that can affect settlement entitlement with your workers' comp claim.
You know, it just seems like there's no one set cause. And I'm assuming there's people that get on workers' comp and it's like, hey, I can figure this out, I can do this myself. But there's so many stipulations the whole way.
Every case is completely different. I have never had one case the same. And I've been doing this for 15 years.
I think that's reason enough that if you have any questions, anything else you want people to know out there about workers' comp in this stage in the game that you're talking about today?
It's just always important that you also have an attorney or a group of attorneys that know and can work together. Because if you've got one attorney handling your workers' comp claim and they're not taking into consideration how any settlement or what you're doing with work comp could affect your Social Security disability benefits, because if your attorney doesn't include language in that settlement document referencing Social Security, you're going to end up owing Social Security. And sometimes they don't pick up on it for 10 years and then they want, you know, $20,000 or $30,000 paid back to them in overpayments.
Wow, just saying that word owe, I think that might be enough for people out there. If you're in the workers' comp world, you don't want to owe. So go ahead, give Catherine Stone and her team a call. That is 1-800-BARBAS-LAW, or go to barbaslaw.com/knowyourrights.